Hello there, and welcome to my final match of season 47, the Dominion League, here with Bryan. Depending on how this goes, I may be in a good position to promote. And then it'll all just mostly depend on how Negative's matches go. I feel like Bryan and I played a Young Witch match without trashing. We So, I don't know. There's no VP, so I mean, you can build, of course, but you're not necessarily getting anywhere. Double terminal is a little more conscionable because of the way of the sheep. You could go Ironworks on your opening as well. I mean, if you're very lucky on your Banes, maybe I will do the Ironworks. It is just gonna be a mess though. So I don't hit 5. I could get a second Ironworks, so well, I mean, again, the way the sheep means they're not so terrible. I guess it's a question of if there's a different 4 I want here, since those are my options. I'm not getting, there's not like a 2 worth buying. It's really gonna be difficult to get a lot going here, but throne room may be a bit. How do you say? They hit 5. I would have thought about a cobbler there over the festival. But we probably get to smuggle something nice here. Nope. Okay. So they are gonna block the witch. And then we'll get a cobbler. That's okay. But the cobbler won't be in the shuffle. I'm lucky here to block. This will cobble throne room, obviously, and then we'll just throne the advisor. We may not get super far, but let's go ahead and attack. Well, we're not going to trigger this shuffle, so... I mean, warehouse is not unreasonable. Could get a gold. I don't know that I want one. I guess it's not super clear. They don't have smugglers. Probably just get another Margrave. Could get a gold. Probably not worth it. They'll just take the risk and give me the throne. Which again, this way the sheep really, well, I assume that's what they'll do. They don't have to, but... way the sheep opens up what that looks like quite a bit. Take a festival now. Didn't draw, I haven't drawn the cobbler very early in the shuffle, which would have been nice, but they also haven't drawn their cobbler. They may have it here, but... I guess you can make everything be what you want it to be, whether it's silvers or whatever. It's a little sad, I guess, to maybe reveal, but... That didn't go so great, but... Alright, we're taking a couple curses here. We're getting the cobbler down, which is a pretty big deal. This is rough. Probably it's gotta be throne. So I mean, it could be warehouse, but I don't know. That one isn't. They probably drop some here. This is an awful starting hand. Not especially surprising, but still awful. Still don't have actions. I don't know. It's probably bad to go in the warehouse there. But if they have a Margrave already, well, they don't have a lot of Margraves. I don't know. This isn't so clear to me. I don't really mind them playing a Margrave, I guess. One way to look at it. They probably are empty. Well, I don't know what they have left in here. They may be emptying all the fours, though. Okay. This should probably be warehouse, though. Well, I mean, even warehouse isn't super likely to kick off. Unfortunately. I can gain the warehouse or the advice. Can gain the advisor, I guess, is the. Pretty sad. I don't know how this works. Well, not surprising. Sad or not, it's not surprising. Yeah. Can I hit the draw with the thrones? Probably taking more curses. This is a shame. I felt, well, it's always going to be messy. I felt okay, though. In the middle. Unfortunately, now the warehouses are quite low. Okay. We get a turn. Don't know that we will, but. I guess we're pretty likely to just have nothing exciting. They may deny warehouse with this hand size, given that I'm gonna have a. No, they didn't. I'm not sure about that. Okay. So. What are the odds of like being able to like pile out something? The estates per se. Well, that's still not. That doesn't even win. So. You're gonna deny the throne. I mean, my hand's too big, you have to deny the throne. Okay, never mind. I don't think that's correct. What did they gain? Just a province? Which is a little unfortunate because it would be nice to have gotten a how much do I have? 10, 11. We can get a little more. I think the last card is an advisor. We can double province. Just give us the lead. I mean, probably they have throne, Margrave, something like that. What do we get? We also don't have a bunch of buys. We can empty the estate. I don't know, can we empty the warehouses and score enough? Is that a thing? That takes 6. 9. Can we empty the curses and score enough? I can get 8 gains total. Be $6. He didn't gain a warehouse, did he? Just the province. You get do throne, warehouse, and then we have 6. That would take more money than I have. I'm not sure there's anything worth ironworksing. Lowering stuff is a little scary. The only thing I'd think about is like a young witch. That may be worth it. They only have 1 Margrave, so you know, that's not well, this is a pain. Well, they're getting, so you make them just play the regular advisors, I guess. And not get plus action out of it. I don't know. Okay, well, this is a bit annoying. No, they still have to score enough, but between giving curses and such, that may be totally doable. Duchy, they only need like $11. They don't throw the ironworks. Well, they do have another ironworks, I guess. Oh. We'll see. There's the Margrave. They didn't get to throne it though either. I guess I shouldn't have maybe tossed the smugglers. Well, because I can gain a warehouse. That may have been wrong, because this obviously smugglers is Bane. Well, if I lose because of that, then so be it at this point. Because, yeah, I maybe been better to block, because I can gain a warehouse and off the cobbler. They must already have it, because otherwise you wouldn't. Yeah, that's sufficient. Yeah, I could have scored a little bit more. I mean, I could have bought an estate. And that would have, of course, prevented that particular pile out. That doesn't mean that the estate was right, but I could have done it rather than gain a gain a young witch. Could have played I wouldn't have gained the estate with ironworks, but I could have played the ironworks as a cheap and bought another one. So sometimes that's the difference, and you don't know whether to put that in, because that of course makes your next turn worse. Though it would have been perfectly reasonable to try that in that instance, just because of I'm almost willing to do a potion here without the trashing. Swamp Hag shouldn't matter. You can I mean, if they do Swamp Hag stuff, you can just, all the extra stuff is in gains that you want to use. So it's a little bit, I guess you go potion inventor. I mean, there is a nice inventor alms interaction here. The not quite so nice thing here is that there's not like really good cheap stuff that you just want a bunch of anyway. So your inventor play, you like gain a warehouse. Well, it's okay if you have apothecary. I don't know. I don't feel like that's like giving away the game to grab the apothecary like that. This isn't obviously the hand you want. You would love to see your inventor or your potion, because now they're very likely to collide or collision, or they're missing, of course. I think it's okay to get a second inventor. I'll gain a warehouse and go ahead and take the apothecary. they'd get to do the lab thing, which is nice for them. They have a little bit of a better shuffle than me, though. I have a nice hit here. I have a very nice reshuffle here. Can get a captain. So there's something to, again, putting another apothecary in this shuffle. Though captain is great too. Not sure how to play this one exactly. Be fine. Goal here will be just to be play captain by captain. I don't think I get expand anytime soon, really. Not as long as there's like drawn gains to get. Well, the captain specifically. Oh, this was bad. Okay. Well, that was accomplished. We can gain some stuff, maybe too aggressive, but at some point you make your apothecaries a fair bit worse. Do too much of this, but I mean, you're not gonna not have these cards in your deck, though. You're of course your really gunning for lab gains, which they'll be able to do here. Unfortunately, I think Bryan is probably a bit ahead of me. I guess depending a little bit on the draw, but this is very weird order. It doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, you would just play the warehouse first. I mean, I'd guess maybe it didn't matter, but you would just always play the warehouse first. I mean, just now here you can't get another captain yet, but yeah, unfortunately they're just gonna have the lab split really big, like unless they have a super deady turn somewhere along the line, which is hard to manage with a captain warehouse and the 5 labs or whatever, 6. It won't be 5 labs, but 4, and they'll probably buy another captain. Makes it a bit harder. It was not a very good warehouse, but like what I mean, it's not surprising. This is pretty awkward. I can stop. There's an APO down in there. It wouldn't let me buy another. I guess the problem is it wouldn't let me buy another laboratory yet. Or not a lab, another captain. This will be, and if I don't draw the APO, then it's just, well, I guess it's not a huge deal either way. This is probably pretty stupid. I don't know what because this does take me away from just being able to buy a laboratory now. The inventor gains are annoying. I should have stopped, and I wouldn't have been able to buy captain, but I would have been able to take 3 labs. That would have been something. And I maybe even had enough in hand to do like horse traders. This could go really bad. There's actually not really ways it can go good. Okay, I did this in a wrong order because there is some stuff I should have done. I should have had a lab in deck. I see how I should have played this now, but too late. I shouldn't play this yet either. Yeah, that was bad. Oh, and there was always alms. I'm so stupid. I could have got the captain because there was always alms, except the way I played it, there's not always alms. Alright, I deserve to lose this one. That's not even... It's not even like... Not on anyone but me. Because there was just alms. Could have even done like horse traders and gotten a lab and a captain, I think, from that one hand. Well, probably not. It probably wouldn't have been cheap enough. I had to play 2 inventors, so I would have... Anyway, I could have ironwork or inventored for whatever, and then I could have gained a lab with ironworks, gained a lab with the inventor, and alms for a captain. But that was just completely screwed up by me. And I would have had an APO on top, which would have been great, of course. This is pretty bad because there's 4 of the coppers, so like the APOs in deck are... They're just trash. They're not even going to be labs, most likely. I'm just a moron. It's probably one of my worst played turns, and just... Well, there's so many, but... Very, very badly played. And here even I probably should have still just alms for a laboratory rather than buying an apothecary. You kind of hope the apothecaries are better than laboratories across the course of the game, so it's not super clear here, but you know. When you get to this stage of the deck, you probably would rather have the labs. It's not totally clear, but anyway, they can just keep adding captains. I would have been okay too if I had played it not stupidly. It wouldn't have been like unrecoverable. I wouldn't say. But this way I think it probably is. I also have so many warehouses. It's so bad you like have to take, unless you captain as inventor, then it looks quite well. That one's still, there's always one captain that just has to gain hot garbage. I mean, it's not quite hot garbage, to be fair. I don't know if this is gonna make them have a win also. That's a real possibility, though I don't know, there aren't really what am I trying to say? They can pile out probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really have other options, I guess, is mainly what I mean. But they're gonna play the inventor first, so they can play the second captain as a lab. rather than as a warehouse. Probably winning this turn. I don't know at this point. 1, 2, 3. They're not far from it. They need 7 gains though. But if you can chain, I don't know how well they'll do chaining. I don't know if they have the overdraw for that. I do, in theory, have better overdraw. And a little more threat on that. Because I can convert the warehouses into draw a little bit easier at the end if I do make it through the deck. So probably they win this turn, but if they don't, then maybe they are in a kind of an awkward position, possibly. They have another captain. They may just be ending it instantly. If you can draw into the captains, then you're probably fine. They also hit just, I mean, I know that they discarded, but, and it didn't probably matter. They surely have warehouses in hand and such, but they hit a 4-card APO with, I don't know exactly what the discard contents were, but there were a lot of non-copper, non-potion. A goodly amount of them. Maybe the rest were, maybe it was just the gains from this turn. Anyway, they still have an inventor they haven't played, and they'll be able to pile on here. If I hadn't played that one turn so stupidly, I would have had way better threat. Now maybe the piles work out to where it's still hard for me to play on a turn without giving them this opportunity. That could very well be the case, but or even if you get to a spot, I mean, maybe I could have gotten to a spot where I could take a colony, I don't know. Do a horse traders. I'm not sure that was in the card. Well, okay, I mean, the contrast between the turn I ended up with and the turn I could have had was quite large, so that doesn't seem so far-fetched. Don't they even have, well, they don't have another, they have Ironworks, they have Inventor, and they should have another captain? Well, now they did. I guess it could bottom deck. Was there like a world, or was it impossible? Maybe they could have bottom decked it. Maybe there was a 25% chance of losing here. On this shuffle, I don't know. It kind of looks like there was. I would be surprised if there wasn't a way to sequence it so that he didn't have that. The other thing, is that if he doesn't get the 25% there, he for sure loses. I can score. I can gain 1 card and buy a couple duchies or get a couple duchies or whatever. My hand was good enough to score there. They would have only, I mean, if they didn't draw it, I guess they can do a little better. They can get like duchy plus like duchy plus province maybe, but I think I still probably win off that. Anyway, they may have the 5-2, which is quite good here. Pretty annoying. If so, Orphanated Village is just really nice. Trying to think. I don't hit 5 because the caravan. Well, I could still hit 5, but yeah, this is. Well, they can always draw bad still. This is kind of stupid, but the other cards are just not that good yet. So the only other thing I actually thought about was the native village. I don't want another militia. I don't want another patron. Unfortunately, they probably have caravan guards here. So they both, well, the shuffle triggering doesn't matter so much, but. My patron died. It was cool. When I say died, I just mean it missed the shuffle. We're gonna set aside the. We need the altar to be on top, to be honest. If it's not, we're pretty much dead. Well, we were pretty dead anyway, but you know, increasingly dead, maybe the way to put it. I guess here we just take a wharf. I feel like they have enough. Maybe they don't. I don't like those buys. I think you can take wharves. Some wharves in there. I'm not a super huge fan of that. I'm gonna get militia'd here. This has got to be a wharf. Or draw. I mean, I think wharf is best, but you gotta buy one of the 5s. I mean, you can buy a. I don't know why you wouldn't just buy a wharf. You've got so many villages. You don't. You have 2 terminals in your deck or 3, whatever. I hate that. I hate that so much. That's not worth 2 points. I sincerely hate that choice. And it's not going to matter. Probably my second native village. Do I even have 3? I might have 3. Those were probably pretty bad. Yeah. You can do patron hunting party stuff, but who cares? It's like, it's not like appreciably better than just drawing a bunch and having money other ways. Well, at least we know that I would also have probably gotten a second altar as them. Though where is not super clear. I mean, like maybe on this past turn. I wonder if I can mentally reset for the second half. It's a good question. Would be useful. I'm gonna play. Gosh. Gold is so bad. It's so bad. You have patron is like easily gonna be better than a gold. Man, I'm so mad now. This is like psychological warfare. The gold is literally offensive. This is not me resetting my mindset. Doesn't Caravan Guard is probably not the opening. It probably should have been Oasis or Silver. If I was looking at my buys, another gold, of course. I mean, how could we pass it up? Can't draw anything. I mean, we couldn't resist the siren call. I'm so mad about the gold. We didn't get any wharfs down. Well, we only had one in deck, but we didn't draw to it. you can play the wars first, and you can have all the patrons in hand when you do this. Oh, good. Third gold. This is so bad. I can't do it. Why didn't I not resign? You can have the patrons all in hand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I should have resigned. Now I can't, though. Now I'm fascinated. No wars. Okay. I don't think we have a game yet, but nonetheless, it's bad enough to make one dream. I wonder if I ought to. I don't really have enough actions now for my stuff, I guess. There's still another. I don't even know. I know there's another native village, but. But I could set it aside by playing this. This isn't going to get us. Okay, there was another wall village. Probably that coffer doesn't matter. Their coffers that they're missing don't matter either, but. I don't have like a, magical way of revealing a bunch of patrons without just, they 3-pile. We could get duchies pretty quickly. If we wanted to. Which isn't crazy, though it's probably not really good enough to matter. They didn't get wars down, but they're gonna have all their draw here. And they ain't getting money off of it, but. They'll still double province. Like, Almost certainly. Maybe triple. Well, they're not getting coffers, but oh, I think 6 provinces is probably pretty good for it. There's like, yeah, I'm just not. I think if I'm close, I can beat him. It's just. What's the most I can even score here? Like 10? 10 or 15? It's just so. Like, I don't think. It feels like he didn't know about the patron hunting party thing at all. In all seriousness, though he must have seen it. I mean, he must have known he was doing it. Like, there were just too many things he was doing that were related to it. But the buys feel like just anyway. Can page hideout. Try pageant, I guess. Don't know exactly how you get to 5. You could do like pageant page and have a reasonable shot of hitting 5, whether that's worth skipping the trashing, I don't know. Get another. Because you do need to figure out a way to get to 4 or to get to 5. Some point. This could go super, super good for me. Well, this is close to super, super good. Not quite all the way there, but can't really complain. Okay, well, I can play the torture now at least. That's my silver lining of the hero flipping. We can play that torture. They've bought a lot of. Could buy a Piazza. That's not crazy. They'll buy torture, I assume. Oh, with Piazza, you just put it back. You should discard that. Probably okay to buy a sleigh here. If they play this blind, but the champion is down here in the bottom, I'm gonna just lose my mind. If they just drew the 3 on the torture without, and it's just down in there, I will not be able to handle it. It will be beyond my capabilities to deal with. Do we take the merchant guild or just the torturer for now? They did draw the champion, so why? What's even the point? All right, I'll take one attack here. Okay, never mind. They're not. Okay, this was quite a bad draw for them actually. Well, reasonably bad. I mean, we get to give them a curse. They'll probably trash it later. I mean, that seems very likely, but. We do have to play. Wait, what? Oh, I piazza'd the Merchant Guild. This was so stupid. I thought the Merchant Guild was still in the decks. So I just lost a horse, top decked, and lost the horse for no reason. Absolutely none. I am still ahead here. But maybe just by a half turn. Depends a bit. Okay, now I think I'm probably more than that. I don't think they actually have the draw to support that. I should be 1 here. This is probably sufficiently bad. It'd be good if I had another horse in my deck that I hadn't thrown away needlessly. But we'll just keep buying. Okay. We'll just keep buying some combination of. Guess we can start losing some of the estates. Do we top deck 2? First lose 1. I mean, the deck is thin, but why risk it? They still haven't. Okay. Make it a hero. Didn't have enough there to Piazza. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the story was on that one. Or if there was a story, you know. We're always just lying to ourselves about the reasons why things go the way they go. I hate Curse Call. We could do... Groundskeeper, probably important. It's awkward, right? There's draw and bind stuff, but... We could do Hamlet Steward. It's very annoying. Well, how do you get the money? Like, how do you actually make the deck run? I mean, you can open with a shepherd, I guess. Hamlet shepherd. Then you don't. You can just open with a jester shepherd, I guess. Gives you some money. You don't have trashing then. You're gonna buy Hamlet eventually. Bryan took the steward. Oh, he did 3-3. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. This is an opening. The old Shepherd Hamlet opening, you know. Classic. So they're just killing the thingies. Which is probably reasonable. What's capitalism do? You can play the old pure steward deck. Bryan knows a couple of Hamlets. Good jester. Good puka, good patrol. kind of like a jester, just that the money situation isn't super great. Probably should have been a patrol. I'm gonna lose by not having trashing, I think. Okay. This isn't gonna work. Yeah, I should have done something else. Obviously that was an unfortunate draw, but well, really unfortunate draw. My buys are just kind of nonsense though. I guess when you can dominate, you don't have to necessarily wait around for other junk. They don't have draw either, though. Like, if they're just gonna do a cap, I still don't know what they're doing either. All right, we gotta get some additional draw here. Gonna be lights out. I don't understand the Hamlet stuff, but maybe they just don't have any money. Now they're gonna buy us catacombs, I guess. Buying capitalism, okay. I don't know that that really does exactly what you want, but does this even make sense to trigger? What's left? Wish I knew what was left in deck. That would change the decision quite a bit. Well, that panned out okay. Actually, that panned out as good as it possibly could have, given somewhat the bizarre way I was playing that. Man, I think there's Puka Hamlet down in here. And they're gonna gesture and flip them. I sincerely don't know what Bryan is doing, but it's gonna beat whatever I'm doing. Yeah, so they're gonna flip my Hamlets. So I won't get those. Maybe we'll just pile out. Because if you have a mix of Hamlets in this, like if you don't do pure capitalism, I don't know, the deck just seems really weird. To me, I don't know, maybe it works. This isn't exactly the sequence you want to do this in, but it's like an acceptable sequence to do it in. Obviously, I need to just rush the estates down. I'm not, well, how many coppers do I have? I guess to be fair, the answer is a lot. Should I get a patrol? Should I buy a groundskeeper? I knew that was what I was going to draw. That's life. They are lowering piles, so I don't know. There's like a world where it works out for me because of that. I still have 30,000 coppers, I think, roughly. Did I buy a groundskeeper? I should have bought a patrol or a catacomb. Or actually a second puka. I don't know how many coppers I have. Eventually I'll want to discard for action, but not sure exactly when. Aww. So now there's like Jester and like trying to get through this shuffle a little bit. If we'd just seen more of those. Got a plan. It's called losing the game. I guess eventually Bryan will pile out, or will be able to dominate, I guess. You know what's funny is he'd never hit a Jester, which would be not really that great for his deck. It's only been which I'm not sure if this is good or bad for me. Probably hitting some Jesters would have helped me out, but you know. This is a pretty fun deck, actually, that he's playing. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's the best thing here at all. But I think my build was so stupid that I think my build was dumber than anything anyone reasonably could do here. But I don't think this deck is any good. Just better than mine. Yeah, I didn't get to trash the curses. That was a bummer. I've already seen 3 of the states. Yeah, so this shuffle doesn't even really have draw in it. Scepter is cute, actually. Scepter is cute if you can get the Hamlet down. I kind of like that. To give yourself additional buys. That is pretty cute. Now, if you don't have a Hamlet, then, you know, you just don't. But there is still a pile out issue for Bryan, to be fair, or to be honest. If he never gets his turn, I'm not even gonna see a single copper. The next card's gonna be just what is going on here? There's also a world where I like have the groundskeeper down, even though I have to do anyway. Anyway, what can you do? What can you do? Probably this turn Bryan will be able to dominate. I throw a puka down there. The order of this stuff is so weird. Well, I mean, I guess you can do gain and play, kind of. All we do is, well, mostly what we do here is just lose. How many coppers do I have? 20-ish? Can just buy a province. Still, the piles will run in a turn or so. There's no reason not to buy province. There's literally no reason not to buy province. Alright, let's find out how many coppers. Like 20 something. 15, 20. 11, just 11. Yeah, I know. There's a group tunnel. Is that a thing people play? Might be. What do I know? I don't know all the Groom stuff. I mean, I know that like Groom, Silk Road, Groom Gardens. I know that works. Obviously Groom works here quite well for something. You don't have to use it. You can use it as a kind of a optional sleigh kind of thing. How many points is this? This is 16, 24 points. Didn't need that many points to beat it. We did not hit. These miss. Neither one of us really got the draw we're necessarily looking for. Guess you can ask yourself at this point whether you do. It doesn't score that many points. guess is the issue. But what contests it? I don't know how long it takes to empty either. So it's not super clear to me how this all works. This is a little tricky too. Maybe you try and play it, I'm not sure. Because you try, I'm a little surprised. I would go for $5, I guess, myself. This shuffle seems worth triggering. I didn't draw groom. I mean, obviously, I would have liked to find the recruiter, the other recruiter in the groom and whatever. Didn't happen. I guess the other thing is I don't want to lose all the grooms. If that's ever happened, then that's probably a problem. I don't know. I had quite a few, but I don't know. I don't know what the counts are sitting at. These are coppers. These are definitely coppers. We do need to replace it. I think I'd take a hunting lodge. It's a little unfortunate. I mean, if I knew I was going to draw this hand, I would have simply waited till now to buy the groom. But anyway. They're not playing the they're not going quite as aggressive on the how should I say this? On the horsing. I've been pretty willing to horse. And they have not been quite as willing to horse. Which I've been a fan of my horsing. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you have to. Okay. Hoping to find the honey lodge prior to this, but so be it. Bit gross. A little bit. Let me think. We can rebuy the grooms again. We did trash a couple, which was valuable here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not super great. I mean, we can take the rest of the grooms. Otherwise, I'm going to draw 2 coppers, and then I'll have 8. Potentially 10. But no grooms. Which seems a bit iffy. I don't want to leave this junk on top though. That can't be good. This is a nice turn for Bryan. Probably. Could go Groom Honey Lodge or something. Something like that. Buys a tunnel. Interesting. I don't know if that's just with intention to trash it or what. Probably something like that. I got a couple of coppers trashed, which was nice. I don't know if in the end that extra draw is going to matter or not. But and at some point, you don't really want to have to draw through the coppers in this manner. You can help it. Ow. I don't know. Because you can have some bad draws here. If you have this many tunnels in the deck, I mean, is the idea to hunting launch them, I guess? I don't know. All we can do is hope that they have somewhat disappointing draws because they're playing a much fatter deck. So that's all we can hope for. It may not happen. I'm not sure how to sequence this exactly, to be honest. Playing the horse first is a little bit sad. Though the recruiter, I mean, there's sadness, I guess, in a lot of the different directions you might try to play it. To be honest. So, not totally sure how to do that. I can kind of get behind having a tunnel though, just for I can kind of get behind that. A gold is not bad. I mean, a bunch of golds would be bad, but okay. This isn't so great, but because the sequencing here is a little annoying. We have to do this. You can horse this one. Probably okay. We could double down and then toss and get a gold. We wouldn't be guaranteed to draw it. Not sure what's in the bottom. Can also, yeah, I was wondering if it was that. How'd they get so many villagers? Okay. We could just draw them up. I think my sequencing here is pretty. Oh, one of them was a horse. Well, that was not worth it. The sequencing here has been pretty garbage. So I have 3, there's 2, there's 2 in the trash. They have 3, so it's 3, 3, and then 2 and 2. Okay. And they're gonna get to do a big hunting launch. That would be very sad. Get to do a huge hunting launch. Oh, that sucks. This is like. Wait, why didn't they play the Merchant Guild? They had enough villagers. Why would they not play the Merchant Guild? I'm so confused. I'm beyond confused by that. You like have plenty of villagers to do that. I would think. Anyway, I don't get it. This is maybe a nightmare shuffle? Did they just give themselves a nightmare shuffle? I mean, I'll take it. They did. What did I buy? I bought a bunch of nothing. And I guess they can play to okay, so not a nightmare shuffle. This is unfortunate. Their opening sequence there was so good. I don't know why they didn't play the other Merchant Guild. That's a little confusing to me, but this is all... what am I doing tonight? I just don't understand. I'm pretty much out of promoting by this point too, and I wasn't really in danger of demoting, so it's kind of the worst feeling at the end of a match. I don't think I was really in danger of demoting. I don't know. Maybe there's some math. It seemed unlikely when I glanced at it, but that could be me jinxing myself. I wonder if there's a pile out. Probably not. I mean, I only have 3 buys. I have like 2 or 3 grooms. Well, also, that wouldn't win. But I can take, I guess, the first provinces. Pretty... The grooms are now starting to look a little worse for me as well. Because just don't get so much out of it. Out of a play of 1. I did forget about dismantle though as a potential pile out angle. I don't think it can get there, but it would be the way to try and do it from this point. To be honest. There's almost... Well, no, you can't. Well, you can chain a little bit. I think the buys or the money will still just be totally out of reach. Because you can do a sequence here. I don't know what the last card is, which makes this a bit annoying. But there are some sequences here where you get like Honey Lodge Groom back. Go through it, yeah. I guess it would be more like Honey Lodge Dismantle, go through. The concern is just going to be giving them a pile out at this point. Well, my concern. They're not going to be particularly concerned with that. So I need to score a little bit, but they've got the market and 4 merchant guilds. They're just gonna run the estates on me unless I score a bunch. No, I'm not scoring up to 20 points though. They're just gonna run the estates on me, period. I guess if they have to horse grooms, then they can make the pile out a little harder. I don't even know what helps me, if anything helps me really. Like I can get another... So... I can get more gold, but what is that doing really? Yikes. There's a horse up here I can play. Like how bad can their... I guess their hand could be kind of bad. Or not. They must have found a hunting lodge, otherwise they wouldn't just stop now. They must have found 2 hunting lodges even. They can horse the recruiters. They still have more hunting, well, 1 more hunting lodge. They did get stopped. Never mind. Apparently I'm just so bad. I deserve this. This was well earned. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Sorry about the play. But thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a good rest of your night.